When we step out onto these streets, we are ready. Then when someone calls for help, we don't hesitate. That when things get tough, and they will, we don't break.
Words that Officer David Rose spoke and lived by. He proved that on Friday when he confronted a gunman at the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta and was fatally shot during that exchange. This morning, we remember and honor his brave sacrifice as the community continues to recover from the traumatic scene that unfolded Friday afternoon. And according to the Associated Press, leadership at the CDC told staff that they will do a full security assessment after at least 4 buildings on their campus were riddled with bullets.
That's right. In a meeting, one staffer said people felt like sitting ducks. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation sharing these photos this morning of their team out investigating the crime scene outside of the CVS pharmacy on Clifton Road, right across from the CDC. You can see dozens of shell casings marking the evidence markers on the sidewalk right outside of that store.
Investigators say the shooter blamed the COVID-19 vaccine for making him depressed and suicidal. They say the gunman, 30-year-old Patrick White, first tried to actually get into the CDC headquarters, but security stopped him. Moments later, he drove across the street to the CVS pharmacy and opened fire. We know he was armed with 5 guns, and at least one of those was a long gun. It is still unclear if White was killed by police or died by a self-inflicted gunshot. Authorities have not yet released his photo, and this morning, only on 11 Alive, the mother of Officer David Rose is speaking on the son who she says was fearless.
11 Alive, Stephanie Haynock is here with us this morning with the concerns that she says she had when her son first told her about joining the force. Stephanie?
Yeah, Jonathan, Aisha, Davine Atkinson says she told her son, Officer David Rose, to wait on joining the police force after he served 4 years in the Marines. She said she told him it was very dangerous and that he could get injured. But her son, who she called fearless, told her he needed something more stable and rewarding. Rose graduated from the police academy on March 31st. Less than 5 months later, he lost his life last Friday serving and protecting civilians during that active shooter situation. His mother says Rose was a role model to his younger brother, a husband, and was about to be a father of 3. His oldest just 6 years old. Rose and his wife expecting a baby boy later this year.
If you would ask him, he would do it again, he would do it again. That's the kind of person he is. He would do it again. Always a big smile, and his daughter has the exact same smile on her face.
His mother tells us that the youngest of his children due in October. In the next half hour, we're going to hear more from Officer Rose's mother and how his 6-year-old daughter was told the news of her father's passing. Jonathan.
All right, Stephanie Haynock with us this morning. Thank you. And we know this morning that people who work at the Atlanta-based CDC are being told to work from home. 11 Alive's Dan Kennedy is live this morning outside the headquarters here this morning. So Dan, what is happening out there today? Good morning.
Good morning. Quite a bit of work needs to be done here at the CDC's Roybal campus to make repairs. Just think about it. I'm told that police broke a number of doors and locks trying to clear rooms and make sure everybody was safe over the weekend. So they got to repair all that to make the campus feel safe and secure again. And that's not even mentioning all the windows that need to be replaced with 40+ bullet holes in them. That's what workers tell me over the weekend. At least 40 bullets hit several buildings on campus. You can see in the video here all those bullet holes. And then across the street outside the CVS, a photo from the GBI shows dozens of evidence markers as agents photographed all the shell casings, 70+ evidence markers to be exact. Leaders at the CDC call this a targeted attack related to COVID. Reporting from over the weekend suggests the shooter, Patrick White, blamed his COVID vaccine for an illness. Law enforcement has yet to publicly confirm that motive. I talked with CDC workers over the weekend, including Dr. Elizabeth Soda, who left the campus just minutes before the gunfire and started getting messages about the shooting when she got home.
I broke down in tears. I probably cried for 4 or 5 hours that night, just trying to process how all of this happened, how we got here as a country, and what it's going to mean for our agency moving forward.
At least for the agency moving forward today, workers like Dr. Soda are being asked to stay home and work from home. Not yet immediately clear whether that is going to last for an extended period of time, but we are asking questions about that this morning. In the meantime, the CDC leadership says they are doing a full security assessment again to make sure this campus feels safe and secure for employees to return to. Reporting live outside the CDC, Dan Kennedy, 11 Alive News.
And that is the goal. Dan, thank you so much. Well, some current and former CDC workers say this attack was almost predictable. Dan will join us again in about 30 minutes to tell us more about that and why they say that was. Also coming up this morning on The Take with Chesley McNeil, a security expert and former Secret Service agent will join him to talk about the scene that unfolded on Friday and the Officer Rose's heroic response. The Take, by the way, airs weekdays at 9 a.m. You can watch it on the ATL or stream it for free on 11 Alive Plus.